students, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we are going to talk about the lesson Control and Coordination. This is the part 2 of Control and Coordination. In the previous video, I had explained the introduction of the lesson. So let us now begin with the actual concept. In this video, I am going to mainly explain you how the control and coordination is taken care in the case of animals. Definitely without having basics, whatever the further concept which you are going to understand does not understand. So having the proper basics is very important. So in this video, I am going to explain you all the basics that is very important with respect to nervous system as well as hormonal system. Fine. So nervous system and hormonal system, these are the two important systems that actually take care about the control and coordination in case of animals. So now let us understand firstly about nervous system. So nervous system, very important concept. So what is nervous system? Nervous system, the system includes the nerves. Correct. So how can we define nervous system? Nervous system is a system which actually made up of, which is completely composed of nerve cells. I hope you're clear with this. Nervous system is a kind of system which is made up of or completely composed of nerve cells, or we can also call it as neurons. So now we got the definition of what is nervous system. Now it is time to understand what is the importance of having this nervous system in our body. So nervous system plays a very important role. What is that important role? So this system actually carries the information from one part of the body to other part of the body. It's very important. The important role or the function of nervous system is it carries the information. So what kind of information is carried? How the information is carried? We are going to understand one on the other. So firstly, let us note down what is nervous system. It is the system. It is the system which is made up of nerve cells. Very important, nerve cells, or we can also call these as neurons. So what is the importance of this nervous system? It carries information, or we can also say it as messages, information from one part of the body to another. I hope you are clear with this. Now, how does the nerve cells or the neurons carry the information? As I told you, they carry information from one part to another part. But how do they carry information? They carry the information in the form of electrical impulses. A new word, very important. Note down. See, nerve cells carry the information in the form of electrical impulse. Very important, children. Electrical impulse is the means that is used by the nerve cells to carry the information from one part of the body to other part of the body. So now, how does this electrical impulses move in the nerve cells? They may also ask a question. So this is very important. So nerve cells carry the information. They carry the information how? In the form of electrical impulse. And this electrical impulse that travel through nerve cells, it travel very faster. That means, example, if the message from one part of the body, say for example from the brain, a kind of message has to pass to hand. What happens? The messages travel in the form of electrical impulse. Right? Through the nerve cells, the messages travel in the form of electrical impulse. But This electrical impulse that move in the nerve cell, they move very faster. Okay, that point you have to know. Electrical impulses are the means of communication in the nerve cells, but these electrical impulses, they travel faster. You have to know this. The third point is electrical impulses travel faster. They travel faster. So this is the third important thing. So these are some of the things that we need to know about the importance and the advantage of having the nervous system. As I told you, what is nervous system? It is a system which includes or which is made up of nerve cells. Okay, and what is the importance of having the nerve cells in our body? They carry the information from one part of the body to other part of the body. How does the information is carried? The information is carried in the form of electrical impulses. And these electrical impulses carry the messages, carry the information faster. Clear with this, right? So now we may get a question. See, nervous system or the nerve cells is doing lot of function. It is carrying the information. Even after having so much of benefits from the nerve cells, why do we have the second system called hormonal system? If something else is there in my body, even after having the nervous system, maybe there is something, that is some limitation is there for nervous system. That means some functions cannot be performed with the help of nervous system. So we have hormonal system. So it's time to know what is that cannot be done with the help of nerve cells. So we will talk this under limitation of nervous system or disadvantage of nervous system. What is the disadvantage of nervous system? Children, know this very clearly. See, nerve cells carry the information, I told you. And these nerve cells, they carry the information in the form of electrical impulses. Correct. Now, this electrical impulses cannot reach to the cells where there are no neurons. In your body, every part of your body do not have the nerve cells. Okay. So, where there are no nerve cells, electrical impulses cannot be carried. I hope you are clear. So, this is the first limitation. They will ask this in the examination. You have to note this. Okay. So, what is the first limitation, or we can also say it as a disadvantage. So, limitation of nervous system is electrical impulses. Remember the first limitation, electrical impulses are carried only to the region where there are nerve cells. Only to the area where there are nerve cells. These electrical impulses are carried. It's very important. I hope you are clear with this. Second limitation, there is another limitation too. I told you information is carried in the form of electrical impulses from one part of the body to other part of the body. Remember children, these impulses, electrical impulses I am talking, these electrical impulses cannot be created continuously. Say for example, the information via or through nerve cell in the form of electrical impulses is travelled from the brain to the hand. Okay, one impulse is moved or carried. For the next impulse to create, okay, the electrical impulse to create for the second time, it takes some time it will take. It cannot be created continuously. Make sure, this is very important. Electrical impulses, once it passes from the brain to your hand to or any part of your body, to create a second impulse, it will take some time. So, the limitation says electrical impulses cannot be created continuously. So, when it cannot be created continuously, there may be a problem that can arise in your body by the time the second impulse reaches to that region. In order to avoid that problem, we have hormonal system. When electrical impulses cannot be moved continuously, what happens by the time second impulse create, there may be some problem that can cause to us. To overcome that problem, to avoid that problem, we have hormonal system. I think I am very clear with the concept which I have explained. Clear, right? So remember, so electrical impulses cannot be continuously created or generated. So this is the second limitation. So as we are having some limitation from the nervous system, to overcome this disadvantage or limitation, we are also having hormonal system in our body. So now I am going to explain about hormonal system. I think you all are very clear with what is nervous system doing, what is its advantage, and also the limitation of nervous system. This is very clear. You have to know this. Without knowing this, we cannot understand hormonal system. I hope this is clear. So now let us understand then about hormonal system. Okay. So hormonal system. So firstly we understood about nervous system. Now I am going to teach you about hormonal system. The second system through which the control and coordination in animals takes place. Hormonal system. Hormonal, name itself contain hormones. So firstly we should know what is hormones. Hormones are nothing but chemical substances, or we can say chemical messengers. In either way we can define. What is hormones? Hormones are nothing but chemical substances. Chemical substances are actually the hormones. Okay, right. So what is this hormonal system made up of or comprised of? Hormonal system is comprising of the glands which releases chemical substance, so called hormones. Clear, right? What is the hormonal system made up of? Hormonal system is made up of gland. A set of glands will be there, and these glands, they releases the hormones. So you understood what is hormone. So now you have to also understand what is gland. I told you a set of glands. What is gland then? A gland is an organ, children. What is a gland? It is an organ. Gland is an organ. So what is this gland releases? It is an organ. It has the ability to release the hormones. Okay. So we can define gland. It is an organ which releases hormone. Very important. Gland is an organ which releases hormones. We have many glands in our body. So under the glands, that when I talk about animal hormones, I will be teaching you about each and every gland in a detailed manner. That is very important. I think you are clear with what is hormonal system. System which includes, note down if you want, a set of glands to secrete hormones. What is hormone? It is a chemical substance. So as I told you, a gland. What is a function of gland, or what is gland? It is an organ which releases the hormones. I hope you are clear with this. Now it's time to understand types of glands, children. Types of glands. See, glands are actually of two types. We have two types of glands in our body. Firstly, it is endocrine gland, and the next it is exocrine gland. Endocrine gland and also exocrine gland. You need to know both the type of glands. You are very familiar with these words called endo and exo, because first lesson chemical reactions and equations, we all have learnt about endothermic and exothermic, right? So now what is endocrine gland? Endo is nothing but in, exo is nothing but out, correct? So endocrine glands are nothing but these glands. What are those glands? I am talking right now about endocrine glands. Endocrine glands are those glands, they produce or they add their secretion directly into the blood. That means these glands, they release hormones. That means chemical substances, right? And these chemical substances which are released by the endocrine gland, they will directly mix with the blood. They will directly mix with the blood. Example for this. So note down the definition also. What is endocrine gland? So let me now write here. Okay. Glands that add their secretion, add or release their secretion directly into the blood. These are called endocrine glands. Example, see, we can take thyroid gland. It releases thyroxine which directly mixes with the blood. Pituitary gland present in the brain. It releases growth hormone. It will mix with the blood. Pancreas releases insulin. It will also mix with the blood. So any glands that release or add their secretion and directly when it mixes with the blood, such type of glands are called endocrine gland. So note down the examples. As I told you, pancreas are endocrine glands, or we can say thyroid gland as an endocrine gland. Minimum 2 you remember. As I talk about animal hormones, we will talk about all the glands present in the animals. Okay, very clear, right? Okay, moving to next, exocrine gland. So what is exocrine gland? These are the glands. They produce their secretion out of the body. They release their secretion out of the body. That's very important. Okay, so remember, glands that release their secretion out of the body. What are they called as? They are called as exocrine gland. What are they called as? Exocrine gland. Examples for exocrine gland. We can take sweat glands. See, we also call these glands by other name. These exocrine glands are also called as glands with ducts. They have ducts on their regions. Okay, so that means, say for example, see, if you look at your skin, every place you have ducts, you have pores. Through the pores which you have over your skin, sweat come out. Correct? Sweat come out. So sweat glands is an example for exocrine gland. We can take lacrimal gland. Note down, lacrimal gland. What is lacrimal gland? It is a gland which is present in the eyes. It is responsible for causing the tears. Tears roll out of the eyes when we are sad. Correct? So the tear glands are also example for exocrine gland. We can also take an example as salivary gland. Salivary gland is also an example for what kind of gland? Exocrine gland. These are the glands with the ducts. They have pores on them. They produce their secretion out of the body. When I talk about endocrine gland, what are these glands also called as? These glands are also called as, I will note here only, they are called as ductless glands. Ductless, they don't have pores on them. They add their secretion directly into the blood. They don't have ducts on them. Is that clear? So this is how we can differentiate between exocrine gland and endocrine gland, children. See, as nervous system has some limitation, to overcome that limitation, the animals have hormonal system. Hormones is nothing but chemicals. Who releases that chemicals? Glands are the organs. They releases the chemicals. And the glands are of two types. Remember, endocrine gland and exocrine gland. Endocrine glands are also called as ductless glands. They add their secretion directly into the blood. Exocrine glands or the glands with the ducts, they produce their secretion out of the body. Remember, this is very important. Now at final, let us now have a difference, just look at the difference between the nervous system and endocrine system as a whole. So you understood what is nervous system, what is endocrine system. Now as a whole, let us now talk about the difference between nervous system and also endocrine system. I hope you all have noted the point. If you have not noted, please pause the video and note the points. So difference between nervous system and also endocrine system, hormonal system. Hormonal system. What is the difference? See, we can say nervous system, it is made up of what? It is made up of nerve cells, or we can also call it as neurons. Correct? Whereas hormonal system, it comprises of set of glands which releases hormones. So they releases hormones. So that is the first difference. Okay. Secondly, we can also take, see, in case of nervous system, how the message or information is carried? Information, remember, information is carried via, or we can say through electrical impulses. Remember, electrical impulses are the means of communication. Okay. And when I talk about hormones, that is hormonal system, hormones carries the information. Hormones are the chemical substances and they carry the information. Clear, right? What else you can write here? See, electrical impulses travel faster, whereas in the hormonal system, the hormones travel slow but they diffuse continuously to the targeted areas. What is targeted areas? It is the area where the chemicals have to reach. Okay, right. So electrical impulses, remember, electrical impulses travel faster. Here chemicals are nothing but hormones, right? Chemicals move slowly and continuously to the targeted areas or targeted cells, you can write. Targeted areas. Clear, right? So this is all about the basic of nervous system and hormonal system. Students, if you know this concept very clearly, in the next video, I will be teaching about the parts and the functions of a nerve cell. We will also understand about types of neurons in the next video. I hope whatever the concept which I have explained in this video is very clear to you. If you still find any confusions in any of these concepts, you can drop down the message in the comment section. I will be replying for your questions. If you find this video useful, please don't forget to share this video with all your friends and kindly subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching this video.